Hello everyone. I welcome you all to this new lecture on shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. In this lecture, we are going to see how to draw the shear force and bending moment diagram for a cantilever beam with a point load. So if it's a cantilever beam, then it is fixed at one end and it is left free at the other end, and it may be subjected to the loads. So here in this case, we have considered a point load. Okay. So the cantilever beam is subjected to a point load at the free end and the force is considered as F. So when it is fixed at the left end, then it is subjected to an upward reaction force, then a horizontal reaction force and a moment. We know about it because if it is fixed, then it is subjected to two reaction forces and a moment. If it is supported, then it is subjected to horizontal reaction and a vertical reaction. There will be no moment here. Okay. Then if it is roller supported, then it has only the vertical reaction. There is no horizontal reaction. So since here in the case of cantilever beam, it is fixed here. So two reaction forces and a moment is acting. So here there is no horizontal forces. So there will be no horizontal reaction. Only thing is the vertical reaction and the moment will be there. Okay. So first, to draw the shear force diagram, we must calculate the reaction force, that is the vertical reaction force. So here the force is acting in the downward direction, and we know that for calculating the reaction forces, the first condition is the total upward force is equal to the total downward force. So we know about it. So the total upward force is, so here it is R, that is equal to the downward force is F. For example, if this is 10 Newton and the reaction is equal to 10 Newton. Okay, so now we can draw the shear force diagram. So remember that in shear force diagram, I have considered the upwards as positive and the downwards as negative for shear force diagram. Okay, so now this is my shear force diagram. So let's say point A and point B. So at point A, a force R is acting in the upward direction with a magnitude of 10 Newton. So since it is acting in the upward direction, it is considered as positive. And for a point load, then the load will be the shear force will be a straight line. Then at point B, a magnitude of 10 Newton is acting in the downward direction. So shear force diagram calculation, at point A, that is FA, a force is acting in the upward direction, that is 10 Newton. Then at point B, FB, so already we have a shear force of 10 Newton and the next load is acting in the downward direction, so it is minus 10, that is equal to 0. So here a 10 Newton is acting in the downward direction and it is equal to 0. So the shear force is plus 10 Newton. This is point A and this is point B. Okay, so this is all about the shear force. If a point, the beam is subjected to a point load, then the shear force will be a straight line. Then the bending moment diagram. So we know that the bending moment is force into the perpendicular distance. Let's say the perpendicular distance is 2 meters here. Okay, fine. So let's calculate the bending moment first. So for bending moment diagram, the calculations are the moment at B is equal to 0 because there is no force is acting in the right side. Okay, so remember that for shear force I have started from the left side and for the bending moment I have started from the right side. And in the bending moment I have considered the counterclockwise direction as positive and the clockwise direction as negative. So keep that in mind. Then the moment at A, bending moment at A is equal to, so we have a force in the right side and I have considered the forces acting on the right side. So it is 10 into the perpendicular distance is 2 because I am calculating the bending moment at A. So the distance between force and the point A is 2 meter. Okay, so since it is acting in the clockwise direction, because it is fixed here and a load is acting like this, so it will rotate in the clockwise direction. So it is considered as minus. So it is equal to minus 20 Newton meter. So now we draw the bending moment diagram. Okay, so here the bending moment is 0, and here at point A we have a bending moment of minus 20 Newton meter. And in case of point load, the bending moment will be a inclined straight line. So actually it will go like this. It's a inclined straight line. It's not a curve. Okay, so here it's a horizontal line and here it is a inclined linear line. Okay, so it's not parabolic. So this is all about the shear force and bending moment of cantilever beam. So the thing you have to remember is for point load, the shear force is a horizontal line and the bending moment is a linear line. Okay, so we'll solve a simple problem on that. A cantilever of 10 meter span carries loads of 4 kilonewton and 6 kilonewton. So we'll draw a simple drawing for this. This is my cantilever beam. It carries forces of 4 kilonewton, then 6 kilonewton at 2 meter and 6 meter respectively from the fixed end. So the distance are, it is 2 meter and here it is 6 meter. Along with another load of 6 kilonewton at the free end. Another load 6 kilonewton acting at the free end, and the length of the beam is given as 10 meter. So the overall length is 10 meter. Okay. So first, before drawing the shear force diagram, as I told you earlier, first we have to calculate the resultant force. Okay. So here a vertical reaction will be acting in the upward direction. So let's name it. It is A, point B, point C and point D. Okay, so we know that the total upward force is equal to the total downward force. So the upward force is the reaction is equal to the total downward force is 4 kilonewton plus 6 kilonewton plus 6 kilonewton. So the overall load is 16 kilonewton. So let's say the magnitude of the reaction is 16 kilonewton and it is acting in the upward direction. So now we'll go to the shear force diagram. So the shear force at A, FA is equal to, so at point FA, a force R is acting in the upward direction. So it is plus 16 kilonewton. Then at point B, already we have a shear force of 16 kilonewton that is acting in the upward direction. So it is 16 and another load of 4 kilonewton is acting in the downward direction. So it is 16 minus 4, it is equal to 12 kilonewton. Then at point C, FC is equal to, we have a 12 kilonewton. Then another 6 kilonewton force is acting in the downward direction. So it is minus 6, that is equal to 6 kilonewton. Then at point D, FT is equal to, so we have a 6 kilonewton acting at the section CD. So it is 6 minus another load of 6 kilonewton is acting in the downward direction. So minus 6, that is equal to 0. Okay. So now remember that, so in this section we have a 16 Newton and when it comes to B, the 16 is reduced to 12 because of the minus 4, and at point C, the 12 kilonewton is reduced to 6 because of the minus 6. Okay, then at D, it is further reduced to 0. Now we'll draw the shear force diagram. So the shear force diagram is, at point A, we have plus 16. Then at point B, it is reduced to 12. So it is 12. And at point C, it is further reduced to 6 kilonewton. Then at point D, it is 0. So this is point A, B, C and D. So this is the shear force diagram of the given drawing. Now going to the bending moment diagram. So as I discussed earlier, I have started the shear force from the left side and I am going to start the bending moment from the right side. Okay. So first we'll start with the bending moment at point D. So the bending moment at point D is equal to 0 because there is no forces are acting on the right side. The next is bending moment at point C. It is MC. So this 6 kilonewton is acting with the perpendicular distance of 4 meters. So the distance between point C and the 6 kilonewton is 4 meter. So it is 6 into 4 and it is acting in the clockwise direction. So it is 6 into 4. It is 24 kilonewton meter. Then at point B, MB is equal to, so we have two forces, one is this 6 kilonewton and the another one is the 6 kilonewton acting at the point C. So first consider this 6 kilonewton that is acting at point D. So it is 6 into the perpendicular distance is, we are calculating the bending moment at B and the distance is 10 minus 2, it is 8 meter. So it is 6 into 8 and it is acting in the clockwise direction, so negative. Another force is this next 6 kilonewton and it is acting with the distance of 4 meter. So again it is minus 6 into 4. So if we solve this, then we will get minus 72 kilonewton meter. So this is the bending moment at point B. Then the bending moment at point A. So we have a force 6 Newton at the section D and the distance is 10 meter. So it is 6 into 10 and it is acting in the clockwise direction. So minus. The next is 6 kilonewton into 6 meter, that is minus 6 into 6 because it is acting in the clockwise direction. Then minus 4 into 2 meter. Minus 4 into 2 meter. If we solve this, then we will get minus 104 kilonewton meter. Okay, so now we have calculated the bending moment. We can draw the bending moment diagram. So this is my bending moment diagram. This is point A, B, C and D. So at point D, the bending moment is 0. At point C, the bending moment is minus 24 kilonewton meter. And for a point load, the bending moment is a inclined linear line. Then at point C, the bending moment is minus 72 and it's again another linear line. And at point A, the bending moment is minus 104. Then connect point A and B with a linear line because it is a point load. Okay, so now we have calculated the shear force and the bending moment and we have drawn the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram. Okay, so it's very simple. Only thing we have to remember is for a point load, the shear force is a horizontal straight line and the bending moment is a inclined linear line. And for shear force, the upward is positive and downward is negative. And for bending moment, the counterclockwise is positive and the clockwise is negative. And shear force, you have to start from the left side, and bending moment, you have to start from the right side. Thank you.